Hello, I thought I wouldn't zoom in today and you can see carefully what is kept out of shot because I work on my page every day and then I just sort of shift it away. But in any case, let's not let you see that. Day 14, 2/3 in. Is that right? 7, 7, 14, yeah, 21, one left. I don't know what I'm doing today. I think I know. Let's get this tripod as the days are, as we're limping towards day 21, it seems this one is too. I've got a piece of eco-dyed paper. So there's some interesting colors in. I'm going to use the whole one as the background, even though I'm not necessarily doing a double page, because I also want to hide the stitching. And I'm just going to go over the ring bound, because really this journal is getting so fat, I don't think anything I can still throw at it can make it function worse or better. And at the end of the day, because I only used one page and not double-sided, if I end up taking the rings out, so what? Although now I've covered it, I'm thinking maybe I should do a full page. There's a lot of freedom in having more space to work in. What I've got is my vintage tin filled with scrapbook letters. So I'm going to use some of these scrapbook letters. Some of these are newer, that's the light ones, and some of them are older, that's the darker, non-shiny ones. And then I found a little card, which I like, and it says, "Why not now?" But it's quite red. So I'm going to see if I can find the right Scrabble letters. Otherwise, I will use the card. Then I've got also like a grass grain ribbon. But I mean, like that, it's quite good. But I think it's just... Actually, let's just start by cutting out this thing. Maybe it's the white. Maybe if it's not red and white, it becomes better. When I started out and you got ephemera pieces, you got stickers or whatever, die cuts, I had such a thing that that's the way you had to use them. But I mean, I don't like the red with the eco dye, so I think I'm going to start and find the Scrabble letters. And today I'm going to pay careful attention to the red dot on the screen, that I don't record myself doing nothing and not record myself doing what I'm supposed to. I'm making progress, but obviously now I'm looking for two W's. I'd find everything, and now it's going to annoy me if I find it. You see, in the different color. Because now I feel like I should have it, the whole thing in a different color. I'm going to just do that and see how it goes. Now, okay, check in now. Even with all of my letters spread out here, I couldn't find another old W, but I could find all of them in the new letters. So I would have preferred the darker letters. They're not so shiny, and I like the color better, but that'll do. This O is not looking so fresh. Let me do that. Okay. I am a massive procrastinator, and unless there's some sort of deadline, I just don't bother, or I just don't function. So in these lockdown days where there's just time, I'm actually doing badly, and then I get anxious because I'm not doing anything, and then it's just a spiral. So this is an important message to me. I'm just clamping down some of the pages that they're easier to see and to work on. I use gel medium to, I don't know, everything's skewed today. I think it's a camera. And I've got this big clock stamp. I think it's a school stamp, right, for telling kids time. And then I'd seen Alta, hello Alta if you're watching, had done a lovely page on clocks and time passing and things, so I think the time element with this would be good. I've got a stencil here. I'm well aware it's actually a compass and not a clock, but I mean 12, 6, 3, 9 could be, and as a background I think that can work. I don't think I should do the words in Scrabble style where I use the same letter, because then it just seems like not now, which is what I don't want. Okay, I'm going to put the elements and things to the side for a little bit just to turn my attention to the background. I'm going to do the, whatever this is, compass clock, not too dark, and then I'll probably stamp the actual clock much darker. The colour that I'm using is Pumice Stone. It's like a grey green, but even that is, it's quite dark, but it does blend into the paper. Let me just see what else I can try. So I'm just adding colours that are in the paper. It's Pumice Stone, tea dye and frayed burlap of the Tim Holtz, and then I must just be quick to give it a spritz. I hope I've got water in my bottle still, because I wanted to not be too solid, because sometimes time and direction and things are fluid. I've got this lovely set of stamps which I thought of selling, but actually now that I look at them, especially the one that I like is a lady riding on the butterfly, so I'm going to stamp some of that. I've ended up stamping the companion lady just on a packaging like a craft, which I think that's much better, so I'm going to fussy cut her and see where I can use her. It's not that she's so critical to the page, I just like her. Actually, I really like the look of that. I'm going to do another one, her friend, maybe for the other side of the page or the top. These are stamping beautifully. I didn't intend for this to be a strictly vintage page, but I'm digging it. Ideally, I would have liked to cut these out on my Scan and Cut, but that's the way they are now. Okay, I'm just giving them each a little background of the old German paper. The colours are really good. That's fine. That's fine. Now I need to have a look what I'm actually doing with my, before I glue them down, what I'm actually doing with my letters, which was the start of my page and has now fallen sort of by the wayside. Okay, these are still good and they're still in keeping with the ladies, and then this is maybe like a timeline over both pages. The ribbon acts as a timeline. Let's see. That's good. Or of course it can be on this side and then on that side, or it should be the only risk with that is your eye may want to read it. No, I don't think spread out. I like the line running through the page. That I like. Let me see if I can get the whole page. That's better. Skew, but better. Okay. And now I want to add, I do want to add the clock. I think I'm going to do the clock in a metallic so that it's there but it's not there. Okay, so take everything off, do the clock. That actually looks very good. What has also happened without me necessarily planning is the little pointers of the compasses are looking like clock things, except time's now all over the place. So you can definitely see the clocks, and then it was quite difficult stamping on the left side of the page. That's good. I like that. Time not being exactly where you expect it to be. I think that's enough. I'm dragging the ladies just it's not a stamp, it's a drag through the shimmer, so you can see some of it on their dresses, but definitely they're not colored. It's just a tiny little lift. I'm sticking everything down with gel medium and a little brush, because then you can get into the little fussy cut areas quite nicely, and it dries clear, and you can get it quite thin, and then you can just brayer over it. I'm not even, with using the old paper, I'm not even color dyeing it or edging it or anything, because the colors are authentic. I mean, it's from 1908. Okay, I'm also going over, because it's thicker cardboard, so it doesn't stick as flat as paper would, but that should let it, especially where it's now sticking onto a heavier. Is this a bit thin? Yeah, but also it's better to not have all your things the same always. Okay. I like my pages to have more than one obvious meaning, if I can say that. So for me now, the Vintage Ladies, even though I didn't initially plan it, I like that it can also be sort of time travelers stepping out of time from a different time, all those sort of plays on words, rather than just what I had initially thought I would be doing. Yeah, they are good. I think these ladies will make fantastic stickers, actually. Quite happy I didn't sell them. I'm looking at the ribbon now. I wonder if I mustn't do it between the ladies, that it's almost a road rather than across the middle of the page where it's a bit arbitrary, because that's also you know, crossing, making amends, you know, mending bridges, mending fences, whatever, in this time. So I think that can work. So I'm going to cut a piece off, and I was going to glue gun it. Would have been good if I had taken it all the way. I think over looks not so great. It would have been good. Maybe I can still just tease a bit up here and take it under. Much better. So don't be like me, plan. What have I got for a pokey tool? Pokey tool. Gel medium sticks really well, really quickly. That's what you wanted to do. But pokey tools generally solve problems. Yeah, that's okay. Goes a bit skew. Alright, don't all roads. Okay, I like that. It's coming together. Now the words, frick, if I have to build these words again. I need to put them on something so that they don't just fade into the page. I can use very bulky elements because I'm not planning to write in this journal, or not a lot. This journal is basically just a show journal for day to day for me, and when the 21 days are done, I'm done with it. So if it gets very fat, it's fine. So just keep in mind with big elements like this, what you actually use your journal for, what you use your page for, whether you should do it on a separate page. Still got this on my desk from yesterday. This poor thing's been cut to pieces. Too much, maybe, for behind. It matches, but I think it's... I've also got this massive bundle of beautiful Belgian lace. It's a greeny, that's good, and it's as wide as what the letters are. I quite like that. Measure twice, cut once, or if you are me, let's not talk about that. I want to say I love it. I love it. I think the ladies need something a little bit. I don't mind that there's actually on this page not a whole lot happening on the background, because I did intend for the background to have a certain look, but I would like something on the ladies. I like the pull, but I don't like the white. This is a flat little flower, which that's probably enough. Let me scratch around some more. No, grey, no. Like a fabric ruffle. Can I pull this in? Something like a little... These are from our packs, by the way, with Goeders uit my heart. Like a little bit of movement. I think it's overkill though. I am tempted to just do a little an eyelet trim just on the hat. See, it looks like feathers. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to ink that so that it's not so grey. Then I'm going to put let's glue. There we go, that's all stuck down. The only thing I'm doing now is I'm taking a brown marker and colouring in the blue strip from yesterday, because that is going to annoy me. But otherwise, that's that. The clocks, little dolls, flower, and then the strip at the bottom. I would have liked to repeat the red somewhere else, but I'm not sure where. And sometimes one colour on a page is actually then quite striking. As a last, I'm taking my trusty chocolate watercolour pencil, and I've just loaded a little bit of water, mostly because my spray bottles are empty, and I'm just going to highlight a little bit by the ladies, but again, through the camera you probably won't even see it. It's such a light touch. I'm going to call this done. This is day 14. A nice vintage page in some muted vintage colours. Thanks for watching.